Good afternoon, Louisians, and welcome to the Lewis College Higher Education Department Virtual Orientation for the second semester, academic year 2020-2021. In this orientation, we will be covering the most essential information, so I encourage you to take note of your questions that you may have regarding being an online student that we will answer later during our question and answer portion. To begin this program, let us have a glimpse of the Lewis College mission and vision. And now, we are pleased to have Mr. Edwin G. Gonzalez, Director for Higher Education Department Operations, for his welcome remarks.
Human resilience is being tested once again, and so with educational institutions. As history defines itself anew, we are all forced to comply to the new normal dictated by the need to survive and the need to continue our commitment to our stakeholders, especially the students, and that is to provide quality education. Like many other private educational institutions, the Lewis College reaffirms its resolve that education must continue even during a pandemic. While conduct of face-to-face classes is presently shelved by existing environment and conditions, other learning modalities are still available. It is in this light that we are proud to tell you that the institution has invested enough in coming up with learning management system that would suit or remedy the present situation. The last 3 months have been devoted to trainings of faculty, including subjects content and preparation of IT facilities to ensure that delivery of classes by August 17th is achieved. While these blended learning modalities will need internet access, the system can accommodate subjects content customization to fully benefit the student based on the respective internet accessibility. Other necessary steps were also undertaken, like attending various related webinars to fortify the capability of the faculty. It is with great joy that we all welcome you to the new normal here at the Lewis College. Let us all keep the torch of acquiring good education burning. As our founder, Reginald Lewis, says, keep going no matter what. Let us all go hand in hand in this endeavor. Together, we can all weather the COVID-19 storm. Keep healthy, stay safe.
Thank you, Mr. Gonzalez, for that wonderful message. At this juncture, we will review the Lewis College technologies for the new normal learning. The TLC LMS, the G Suite, the portal, and the Zoom applications will be discussed by Mr. Jade Espinar, CCS instructor.
All enrolled students and faculty members of the Lewis College are entitled a G Suite account, which allows them to access Google's set of productivity tools for teaching and learning. To access your account, go to Google and sign in using your custom Lewis College email address given by the school. In the upper right corner, you may navigate through the applications that you will need, such as Google Docs, Google Sheets, Google Books, and Google Drive. With your G Suite account, you will have a custom the Lewis College email address, as well as unlimited storage at Google Drive, where you can upload all your school files of up to 5 terabytes each. The Lewis College has an online student and faculty portal where you can access your grades, class schedule, and statement of account. You may sign in using your TLC G Suite account or using your student ID. On the upper right corner, you may change your account password as well as your contact number, which will be used to receive SMS announcements from the school. On the left sidebar, you may navigate through your class schedule, statement of account, grades, faculty evaluation, subject pre-registration, pre-runs, and TLC account credentials. As part of the school's transition to the new normal in education, the Lewis College acquired a pro account of Zoom, which will be used as platform for secured video communication services during synchronous learning. With this pro account, virtual classes can accommodate up to 100 participants and up to 24 hours duration in one session.
As the Lewis College transitions to new normal, we will be implementing the flexible learning modality to address the learner's unique needs in terms of place, pace, process, and products of learning. There are two teaching modalities, the synchronous and asynchronous. Synchronous learning occurs when students and instructors participate in a class via web conferencing tools such as Google Meet, Zoom, or Messenger. On the other hand, asynchronous learning is where teaching materials are posted online and learners work through them in their own time, communicating with each other and the teacher via discussion boards or forums or even by email.
And aside from the applications that have just been presented, we will show you through this short video the step-by-step process on how to access the TLC LMS using the MOODLE or the Moodle app. Let's watch this.
This is how we can access TLC LMS in Moodle app. From your Google Play Store or App Store, download and install MOODLE or Moodle app. Open the Moodle app and choose I'm a Learner. Enter the URL address https://srv2.thelouiscollege.edu.ph/mylearning and press connect to your site. You will be redirected to TLC LMS login page where you can use your TLC LMS account to access the system. Choose your subject to open the contents. To show all the contents, tap this button and choose all sections. To download all the subject contents, tap the three dots in the upper right-hand corner and choose Download Course. This will allow you to view all the lessons offline. There are also navigations on top and bottom. To go back to the dashboard, tap the home icon at the bottom left corner of your screen. That's how easy it is accessing the TLC LMS and Moodle app. Thank you for watching.
At this point in time, we will review the important policies and helpful services available to you as students, along with the list of faculty and staff of the Lewis College. And now, we will review the course offerings, payment scheme, and etiquette that you must know as students of the Lewis College.
The TLC Information Board, Academic Year 2020-2021. For every semester, we conduct 4 major examinations. First, we have prelims. Second, midterm. Third, pre-finals. Fourth, finals. Periodic statement of accounts will be provided to the students by the accounting department. Only students whose accounts are settled according to the required percentage of the covered examination period will be allowed to take the major examination. There are 3 methods of payment for our students. First, through Palawan Express Pera Padala. Account name, Josephine Blagata, mobile number 0910-284-5843, or through Metrobank Savings, account number 348-3348159241, account name, The Lewis College. Or the student can visit our TLC accounting office located at the ground floor of the RFL building. With the start of our online classes, we urge the students to follow the netiquette for online learning. First, treat your instructor and classmate with respect at all times. Second, make yourself look good online. Third, wear appropriate clothing during live meeting or online discussion. Fourth, use clear and concise language. Fifth, make posts that are within the scope of the course material. Sixth, always give proper credit when referring or quoting another source. Our degree programs.
Why choose CCS? The first C is for career. Information technology is the most popular career and the fastest growing industry in the world. As an IT graduate, you can become a computer programmer, web developer, database administrator, and many more. If you enjoy technology, why not turn your hobby into a career? CCS is known to be a producer of web developers. The second C is for curriculum. Our curriculum is designed to produce IT professionals with character, knowledge, and skills steadfast for service to the community. We offer 2 courses. First, we have a 4-year degree program leading to Bachelor of Science in Information Technology. Second, we have a 2-year non-degree program leading to Associate in Computer Technology. ACT is a ladderized program for BSIT. S is for Skills. By providing state-of-the-art hardware and software amenities, we prepare students to be IT professionals who are able to perform planning, installing, customizing, operating, managing, administering, and maintaining information technology infrastructure. CCS is a 5-time regional champion in computer programming. CCS Career, Curriculum, Skills.
Good day. How are you? I am Engineer Rolly Timontilla, OIC Dean of the College of Teacher Education. Today, we will be visiting CTE. Let's take a look at the program offerings of the college. What are the program offerings or the courses that are in the College of Teacher Education? The first is the Bachelor of Elementary Education. The second one is Bachelor of Secondary Education, major in English. And the third one is Bachelor of Secondary Education, major in Mathematics. Bachelor of Elementary Education, it is a 4-year degree program designed to meet the needs of professional teachers for elementary education schools who are generalists and who can teach across the different learning areas. They are our future school teachers, future elementary school teachers. They are considered as generalists, and when we say generalist, it is a person with a wide array of knowledge on a variety of subjects. Accordingly, students who are taking BE-Ed are considered generalists, and they are expected and are able to teach all basic subjects or learning areas like English, mathematics, science, Filipino, to name a few. And they are often, these teachers often teach in more than one grade level. Moreover, as a BE-Ed student, you will be taking professional education subjects. These subjects will guide you on the whats and hows of learning. The way how the students or the learner behaves or the learners behave, and everything that has something to do with the learning process. These are some of the things about BE-Ed. The second is Bachelor of Secondary Education, major in English. BSED major in English is a 4-year teacher education program designed to equip learners with adequate and relevant competencies to teach English in the secondary level. Taking this as your field of specialization or your major will help you get a closer look at the development of linguistics, structure of the English language, and the types of literature that flourished throughout the century. So that is BSEd major in English. Finally, Bachelor of Secondary Education, major in Mathematics. It is also a 4-year teacher education program that will prepare learners in effectively teaching the different branches of mathematics, such as algebra, trigonometry, geometry, statistics, and calculus in high school. And as a mathematics major, you will be taking the same professional education courses that are present in BE-Ed and in BSEd English. You will also be taking history of mathematics, action research in mathematics, and mathematical investigations and modeling, along with a couple of other subjects. Thank you.
The year 2020 is shaken by many unforeseen forces and disruptive events, particularly COVID-19 pandemic. It has drastically challenged the present and certainly would reshape the landscape of the future of education, of business, and the way of life in general. The Lewis College of Business Education, responds proactively and embraces the new normal because every Lewisian stream will make it happen. In almost 2 decades from its inception, TLC CBE is rooted on its core commitment to quality education. CBE. We offer industry-responsive curriculum, we have competent teachers, and we make our students' career goals achieved. Curriculum, competence, career goals. CBE offers 2 4-year degree programs, BSBA and BS Entrepreneurship. BSBA offers 3 specializations: financial management, marketing management, and operations management. Our holistic education is reinforced by strong industry partnership through practical learning in various industries, public and private business organizations. Certainly, the CBE teaching team is our leverage that defines the Lewis College Business Education. Our teachers have diverse professional expertise, 10 to 20 years of industry experience, local and international, obtained international postgraduate education and trainings, has established strong professional networks, and above all, passion and commitment to education. Our mission of serving the people of God through a value-focused educational environment, developing entrepreneurial leadership and information technology competencies, forming students to be well-rounded, skilled and professional men and women is realized in them, our graduates. Responsible business leaders. And successful entrepreneurs. Your goals, your dreams, we make it happen. Welcome to TLC College of Business Education.
Before we accommodate your questions, here are the following announcements. Enrollment for second semester academic year 2020-2021 is extended until February 1, 2021. And adding and dropping of subjects for second semester will be on January 25 until February 1, 2021. And lastly, reminder for those students who have access to Palawan Express Padala, You may opt to use this type of payment in paying your tuition fees on time. Okay, so good afternoon. You're watching the virtual student orientation of the Lewis College Higher Education Department, and we are live and alive via TLC YouTube channel. Shout out to all our viewers today. So joining me in this orientation, we have Mr. J. Rivera to help address your concerns with regard to technical aspects, and of course, our SAS officer, Mrs. Elvira Brusello, to address your concerns with regard to academic aspects. So at this point in time, we are now ready to answer some of your questions. So keep your questions coming. So we have now the first question coming from Rusty Borlagdan. Ano po ang gagawin if biglang nag-brown out or nawala ng internet while taking major exams? So since this is related to academics, may we have Mrs. Brusello to address this concern. So I turn you over to Mrs. Brusello. Ma'am?
Thank you, Rusty, for that question. If in case na nawalan ng internet connection or nag-brown out, immediately inform your instructor regarding your problem so that you can be given due consideration. And also, please be reminded that usually we post our major exams for a week. So you can cope up with all those time na wala kayong internet. Okay, so I hope I was able to answer your question. Back to you, Sir Glenn.
Okay, thank you so much, Ma'am Brusello. So for sure, na-address na yung concern ni Mr. Borlagdan. So we come now to the next question from John Carlo Agripa. What if students were late in paying their tuition fees and were not able to take the examination online? Ano po yung possible remedy namin? Thank you po and happy Friday. Okay, thank you, John Carlo Agripa. So still, this is related to admin concern. So therefore, we have Mrs. Brusello to answer this question. So, Mrs. Brusello?
Okay, thank you, JC, for your question. For the information of everyone, our school is always considering to our students, particularly for those who weren't able to pay their tuition fee on time. So definitely our school posts a specific date for you to pay your tuition fee, and of course a special date for your special exam. Thank you. Go back to you, Sir Glenn.
Thank you, Mrs. Brusello. Before we move on to the next question, shout out to the accounting department, to the HR department, to Mamucha, Miss Joyce, and Miss Riza. And of course, to the registrar's office. Okay, so we come now to the third question coming from JP Alamer. Good afternoon. Question, for example, I forgot my LMS password. Ano po ang dapat gawin? So, the best person to answer this one is none other than Mr. J. Rivera. This is related to technical aspect. Sir J?
Thank you. Thank you for the question, Mr. Alamer. Don't forget that there are two ways on how to access our TLC LMS. The first one is using your student ID and password. The second one is using your TLC email. Now, kung nakalimutan mo yung password mo using your student ID, you have another option, using your TLC email. Pero paano kung nakalimutan mo pareho? Okay, dun sa login page natin sa TLC LMS, meron dong link na nagsasabi ng forgotten password. Doon pwede kang mag-click nun, and then merong certain information na kukunin sa'yo para ma-retrieve mo yung password mo. Now, kung talagang hindi mo na maalala yung password, kasi Doon kasi sa forgotten password, you need to log into your TLC email pa rin. Pero what if nga, sir, hindi ko hindi ko maalala yung password ko sa TLC email. It's about time na para i-message mo yung ating TLC LMS coordinator in person of Mr. Timothy Joshua Pangan. Andyan sa ating screen, naka-flash dyan ang kanyang TLC email. Pwede mo silang i-message. What if naman gusto mo i-retrieve yung TLC email password mo? Meron tayong contact person for that, and that is Mr. Mark Oscar Brugada, at naandyan din sa screen natin yung kanyang TLC email. So just message them po. So thank you for the question. Balik sa'yo, sir.
Okay, thank you, Sir Jay. So we come now to the... So since we're still waiting for your questions, shout out to Sir Nico Nicolas, who are watching right now, our Executive Vice President, to our Director for Administrative Affairs and Services, Dr. Mike Progada, to the Director for HED Operations, Mr. Edwin Gonzalez, and of course, to the respective deans of the 3 colleges. I'm sure the Dean of the College of Business Education is watching right now, Miss Maria Cristina Ditan, and the faculty. We also have the Dean of the College of Computer Studies, Mr. Gil Hamisola Jr., and of course, the Dean of the College of Teacher Education, Mr. Rolly Montilla. Okay, so keep your questions coming. We're still waiting for your questions to be answered in this student orientation. So we come now to the next question. So we have another question from Rachel Joyce Coral. Ano po ang option namin sa blended learning if always po mahina ang internet connection? Thank you po. Okay, so Rachel, may I turn you over to Mrs. Borsello to answer your question. Okay, Mrs. Borsello.
Thank you, Rachel Joyce Coral, for your question. Since our faculty delivers synchronous and asynchronous modalities, we always advise our students to log in to your LMS, particularly doon sa mga mahihina yung mga internet connection, so that pag meron na kayong connection, you can download all your lessons as well as your performance tasks and your assignment. Then after that, pag na-download nyo na yun, at kahit offline kayo, pwede nyo magawa ang inyong mga assignments, and then you can study all your lessons. So, and in the case of the College of Teacher Education, we also deliver yung modules in some subjects. So in that case, you can send all your answers and then your queries using your TLC Gmail account. So I hope I was able to answer your question. Go back to you, Sir Glenn.
Okay, thank you so much, Mrs. Borsello. Before we move on to the next question, shout out to all my students who are watching right now, mga English majors, math majors, even elementary majors, or those who are taking Gen Ed subjects. So, happy viewing to all of you. We come now to the next question coming from, okay, the same person, Giancarlo Agripa. Ano po yung possible remedy nyo if a student po di makapag-attend ng class because he or she needs to work because of financial shortage? Ano po yung way of consideration po ninyo? Still, the best person to answer this question is none other than Mrs. Borsello. So, Mrs. Borsello?
Okay, thank you, JC, for your question. Actually, ngayong semester na to, yung first semester and second semester, we have several students working and then at the same time attending classes. Ang eskwelahan po natin is very considerate to all those students who are working, and because of your financial situation. So, ang ginagawa natin is in all subjects, we only have one meeting per week. Either it's synchronous, and then some subjects naman is nag-asynchronous. So all you need to do is inform or communicate to your instructor regarding your situation. Kasi alam naman natin, lahat naman ng teachers nyo dito sa TLC, may iintindihan ang inyong sitwasyon. Basta ang ano natin dyan is always log in to your LMS, lalo na ngayon na nilaunch na natin yung Moodle application. So it's very easy for you to access your lessons even if you're online. So your free time, you're free to study, and I would advise you to matter of time management. So if you're having your studies and your virtual work, try to focus on the things na yung mga priorities niyo. So para makapag ka sa studies mo as well as to your work. So I hope JC I was able to answer your question. Go back to you, Sir Ben.
Okay, thank you, Mrs. Brosello. So before we move on to the next question, shout out to Mr. Dumalaon and Miss Janice Loretta who are watching right now in the office of the College of Teacher Education. And also shout out to Ma'am Josephine Legata, who is in the accounting office at this time and watching our live streaming. So since there are some questions that we cannot answer in this orientation, rest assured that those questions will be channeled to your respective deans and be discussed during your college or departmental orientation. Should there be further questions? Okay. So while waiting, shout out to those who are watching right now. Yes, as I've said earlier, Ms. Ditan, the Dean of the College of Business Education, Mr. Divina Gracia, Mr. Haner, Ms. Jaramillo, and the rest of the College of Business Education faculty members. And also, hi and hello to Ate Glo and Kuya Marlon who are watching right now sa canteen. All right? All right. So at this point in time, Sir J. Rivera has an important things to discuss with you with regards to technical aspect. If I'm not mistaken, it is about the new application. Am I right? Okay. So, Sir J?
Thank you, sir. But not actually the new application. Ito kasi yung common na question din sa amin nung nakaraang semester. Gusto ko lang din i-share kasi parang walang nagtatanong. I-open ko na rin para sa information ng karamihan. Okay. So, sir, minsan kasi sabi sa akin, minsan kasi gusto namin i-access yung TLC LMS pero hindi po kami, sir, maka-access. Meron pa akong data. Yung device ko po ay connected sa internet pero bakit po hindi po ako maka-access? No, merong mga reasons bakit. Unang-una po kasi baka po dito sa atin sa TLC ay merong power outage. Kasi pag brownout po dito sa TLC, yung ating server ay naka-close din. So, di po kayo makapag-access ng ating TLC LMS. At isa pa, paminsan-minsan po, tayo po ay nagkakaroon ng emergency maintenance. So, kung nataon po yun na, kasi nga po emergency nga po, hindi po siya talaga inaasahan. Nataon po na nagkaroon tayo ng ganun, so, hindi po kayo makapag-access sa TLC LMS natin. But rest assured na yan po ay babalik agad-agad po, the soonest time possible. So, yun po yung ilan sa mga rason kung bakit po hindi nyo ma-access yung ating TLC LMS despite the fact na kayo po ay connected naman po sa internet. So, salamat po. Sir, balik po sa'yo.
Okay, thank you, Sir Jay. I was thinking it's about the new application, but I learned that it was already discussed earlier, kanina sa presentation ni Sir Jay. Okay, so we have another question. Okay, coming from, okay, among Audrey. Okay, coming from Ramil Escote. Kailangan po what's this? Kailan po ang department orientation ng College of Teacher Education? Good afternoon po everyone. Coming from Ramil. Thank you Ramil for your question. So Mrs. Brusello will answer your query. Okay, Ma'am Brusello.
Thank you, Ramil, for your question. I think I have to toss this to Sir Rolly as our dean, and then I think he will post the schedule right after our virtual orientation this afternoon. So, meron naman kayong mga GC per year level. So I just wait for further announcement. So I think I was able to answer your question, Ramil. Thank you, and go back to you, Sir Glenn.
Okay, thank you, Ma'am Brusello. So I hope some of your concerns have been addressed by our invited guest this afternoon in this student orientation. So we come now to the next question. We have another one coming from Eliza Al Garces. Okay, hi sir, kailan po kayo mag-post ng mga Dean's Lister? Thank you po. Okay, since this is related to academic concern, may we have Mrs. Brusello to answer your question?
Thank you, Algarces, for your question. As of this moment, may mga subjects pa na walang grade, no, coming from different instructors for the reason na alam natin, di ba, may mga instances na most students hindi pa some students pala, hindi lahat. Kasi mga sabihin na natin, ilang percent na lang ang hindi pa nagsasubmit ng mga kailangan nila na for compliance pa. So I think right after yung pag-end ng ano natin, itong enrollment, yung ating mga by department ay magpo-post na rin ng kani-kanilang mga dean's lister. I think all our deans are aware of that. So just wait na lang po sa pag-post ng ano. I think sa IT meron na sila. Pero ano pa rin lang, pwede pa rin madagdag, depende doon sa bibigay ng mga grades ng bawat instructor. So please be patient on that. But rest assured, every semester naman nagpo-post ang each department ng mga dean's lister. Thank you so much, all girls. I hope I was able to answer your question. Go back to you, Sir Glenn.
Okay, thank you, Mrs. Brusello. So we still have one question here from Eliza Munaske. Okay, ano po name ng LMS app na pwede i-download? Okay, so I turn you over to answer your question to Sir J. Rivera.
Thank you for the question, Eliza. Kanina sa video natin, may na-mention dun about the Moodle app. So you need to download Moodle app. It's Moodle using your Google Play Store or App Store. Tapos may certain information kang kailangang ilagay doon para ma-access mo yung TLC LMS. I really do suggest na after this orientation, kasi medyo may steps kasi yon, pwede mo to i-replay, tapos puntahan mo yung part kung saan nag-demo kasi doon kung paano nyo ma-access ang TLC LMS using the Moodle app. So, yun po. Thank you for the question, Eliza. Sir, balik po sa'yo.
Thank you, Sir J. Happy viewing to my family. Nanonood sila ngayon via, of course, YouTube. And also, happy viewing to my students in research. Okay, so we come now to the next question. Coming from? Okay. The same person, the same question. Keep your questions coming. We're waiting. As much as possible, we would like to address your concerns within the duration of our virtual orientation. So keep your questions coming. We're waiting. Okay, happy viewing sa mga nasa guardhouse. They are watching right now. Hello, Kuya guards. Okay. No more questions? Okay, so we have now another question coming from John Michael Ison. Good afternoon, Luisians. There was a time na magtitake sana ako ng quiz and then hindi ako makapag-quiz dahil may nakapag-attempt na po. Ano po kaya nangyari? Okay, so to answer your question, we have Sir J. Rivera. J?
Okay. Thank you, sir, for the question. And thank you, John Michael Ison, for the question. Okay, ako na-experience ko to sa isa kong klase nung nakaraang semester. Isang estudyante nag-approach sa akin na yun nga, meron ng attempt sa kanyang quiz. Ganito kasi yan, walang ibang makapag-attempt ng quiz nyo po, kundi po kayo sa account nyo po yun. So kung meron pong nakakaalam ng inyong username at password, at nag-attempt po yun ng quiz na yun, so makakount po yun. So ano yung suggestion natin dito? I really do suggest na make your account credentials private po sa inyo. So you have to change your password every now and then for security purposes. And then kung ito po nangyari po sa inyo, pwede nyo po ito ipa-validate sa inyong pong instructor kasi they can check naman the timestamp kung kailan siya tinake, tapos pwede mo siya i-verify kung talagang ikaw yon. Kung hindi ikaw yung nag-take noon, pwede mo naman kausapin yung instructor mo. Ito po ay depende po sa inyong instructor na kung pwede kayo mag-retake ng quiz na yon. So, possible naman yun sa ating system, no, na pwede kayo mag-retake ng quiz. So, I think that's the best answer I can give you right now. If you're not satisfied, pwede po kayo mag-message ulit sa amin and we'll get back to you po. So, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Sir Jay. So, keep your questions coming. And we have another one from... Okay. Any other questions? Okay, so from Vanessa Hamisola, if we have problems with our LMS, sino po ang dapat namin lapitan agad para ma-resolve ito? Okay, so we have Sir Jay to answer your question. Sir.
Thank you for the question, Vanessa. I think yung I would suggest to talk to your instructor first. Sila yung una yung dapat lapitan kung bakit kung ano yung problems na encounter mo. Kasi depende kasi sa problem yan. For example, yung problem mo is about the content of your LMS. So dapat instructor yung kakausapin doon. Kung medyo technical naman yung problem, siguro ko yung instructor mo pwede yan i-extend doon sa technical team natin. So for me, yung dapat mong lapitan agad-agad ay yung instructor muna. So thank you, Vanessa, for the question.
So, once again, okay, the contact numbers are, okay, so you have there 0998-564-5338. Okay, and sa landline naman, we have 056-412-5806. Okay, so thank you for your questions. And we hope that we were able to address some of your concerns in this student orientation. So for those questions that we can't answer at this orientation, rest assured that your questions will be channeled to your respective deans and be discussed during your departmental orientation. So, on behalf of the Lewis College, the administration, directors, deans, faculty, and staff, we would like to thank you for joining us today in this virtual student orientation. This has been your host, Mr. Glenn Castillo, together with the technical team, Mr. Jay Rivera, Mr. George Perez, Miss Audrey Ann Escobal, Mr. Jade Espinar, and of course, our SAS officer, Miss Elvira Brosello. Okay, so may we have a fruitful semester. To God be the glory. Good afternoon. And to formally conclude this program, let us have the TLC March.
Heart, the source of God, there's a spirit vision to all. God inspired PLC, transforming students dream. Hail the TLC, hail TLC. My alma mater you shall be, forever loving me. Hail the TLC, hail TLC. My alma mater you shall be, forever loving me. As your many children, sending everywhere, serving communities with pride and dignity. Hail the TLC, hail TLC. My alma mater you shall be, forever loving me. Hail the TLC, hail TLC. My alma mater you shall be, forever loving me. My alma mater you shall be, forever loving me. The heart, the source of God, there's a spirit vision to all. God inspired PLC, transforming students dream. Hail the TLC, hail TLC. My alma mater you shall be, forever loving me. Hail the TLC, hail TLC. My alma mater you shall be, forever loving me. As your many children, sending everywhere, serving communities with pride and dignity. Hail the TLC, hail TLC. My alma mater you shall be, forever loving me. Hail the TLC, hail TLC. My alma mater you shall be, forever loving me. My alma mater you shall be, forever loving